Welcome back to my channel, guys, and today we are going to have a treat. What was that thing that people say? You're going to be in for a treat. Yeah, that's what we're going to be in for, because we're going to learn about how we can hit the Star Corridor hot list with the advice of Emerald Vale. So for those of you who don't know who Emerald Vale are, they are one of the biggest Star Corridor groups in Love Nikki. And they are famous for their amazing pieces. They start many trends. They're just like really amazing. And the fact that I was able to work with them for this entire video, I'm very grateful for that. And this video took a long time. It was like honestly 90% my fault or 100% my fault, because I just had a lot of things with school and I wasn't able to balance it out properly. I need to work on my time management skills a lot more. But I really appreciate the patience that Emerald Vale has shown me throughout this entire time. So before we get started, here is what's going to happen. We're going to introduce Emerald Vale. We're going to have a few of their members come out and speak. And throughout this whole time that I've been making this video, there are some members that came and left. So you might see people that you might not have known before, or you might not see people who you know to be part of Emerald Vale and is not in the video. When I introduce each member, they're going to have their own little section and they're going to give you some sort of advice for the Star Corridor hot list. Don't worry, one of the members is actually going to tell us how, like what the process is to hit the Star Corridor. I'd follow their advice and I followed their rules, and guess what? Your girl hit the Star Corridor. Ta-da! So this actually does work. I'm really thankful that they were willing to share their tips and their guides with us. I really hope that you guys would consider taking a look at their Instagram and following the members as well. And if you don't know where to find the members, don't worry. Literally just go on the Star Corridor, because if you go on the hot list, chances are you're probably going to see a few of them on the hot list. So for example, we see Lola over here, and then we see Burn. Burn is a new member of the Emerald Vale, but he also has his own Star Corridor association, which is Night Guards. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you what this is about. This video is a little long, so you can grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, and get ready for some education time, because we're going to teach you how to hit the Star Corridor and what goes on behind the scenes for all these posts that actually make it into the Star Corridor. There's a lot of stages to planning, there's a lot of guesswork going into the tags, and there's a lot of just fixing their pictures over and over again so that they post the best version of their idea. This is either going to be a 2 or 3-part series, because there's just so many members and each one of them has a bountiful amount of wisdom to share with us. And in case you guys have short attention like I do, a 30-minute video isn't that feasible, so I'm just going to chop it up in 2. So hopefully you guys will continue tuning in, because every single video will have a different type of tip that you will find helpful, especially in the second video, because Feli will be telling us the exact formula of what people actually use to hit the Star Corridor. So now that we have that settled, let's get started. And I'm going to be introducing the president of Emerald Vale right now. She's going to give her little tidbit of why she created the association and just kickstart this video.
Hello everyone, this is the president of Emerald Vale. I've come to explain why this group was founded, I guess. And I'm just gonna read it off my script. Please don't mind the awkwardness. Before EV became a thing, and before I was ever on top 4 or the hot list in general, I noticed something. That many hot listers at that time put very low effort into their posts. And I thought to myself, there's so much you can do with these beautiful items. If no one else does it, then maybe I should try actively doing something. Since the hot list kind of represents this game and its players more than anything, I wanted to make a change of sort. At first the group consisted of only 2 friends, but as the time went on, more creative and super awesome people joined as I invited them. And now we are all a big family.
So thank you, Miu, for introducing the group. Over here, you can see that this is the character profile. I've done one for each one of them. How it goes is that we're going to have their in-game name up there, and then we're going to have their level. This might be a little outdated because it's been like 3 months, so oof about that. And this is their age. Again, there might be a little discrepancy with that because it has been a few months, but that's their approximate age. As you can see, this is one of my favorite pictures from Miu. I have a lot of favorites from her, but of course I can't show them all. You can check out their Instagram if you're interested in that, and I'll do this for each one of the members. So for Miu, I actually asked a few questions. I don't ask all of them the same questions because it's just going to be a lot more fun that way. If everybody answered the same questions, we're going to hear maybe the same tips over and over again. So we're trying to spice things up. So I asked Miu what her biggest accomplishment was, and this is the one she decided to talk about. It was the most views she's ever gotten on a picture. And holy C word, that view amount is equivalent to a popular YouTuber with like, I don't know, 100,000 subs. That's crazy. But she also wants to add in the fact that, of course, her biggest accomplishment is to just make people smile with her creations. She really likes it when you guys give her feedback and just comment or just tell her what you think about her pics. So I really agree with that too. I think that it's very rewarding when you guys watch my videos and then you guys comment and give me feedback and just overall let me know what's going on, because it shows that you guys were paying attention or like listening, and I don't know, it's just like this really good feeling. So I definitely can feel her over there. And the next question I asked her was actually how long it takes for her to think of her creations. And she says that it's a minimum of 40 minutes just to make that. And at first I'm just like, no way, dude. Like, no way does it take 40 minutes to make a picture. But then I started to do the star quarter and I realized that there's actually a lot more planning that goes into it. And yeah, she's totally right. It usually takes 40 minutes, but then it could take up to an hour to draft and 2 hours to plan it up and organize the ideas. So just like discussing about what items we want to use or like how we want to make the scene or which scene we want to portray, that's a lot of work. So yeah, the fact that they do this on the daily is just something amazing. Alright, so let's go to Lola. Lola is the vice president of Emerald Vale, and you can check out her Instagram at unicornjunkie22. She set up this entire like project with me. I told her the project I wanted to do. It was kind of crazy big and she agreed with it. She got everybody on board. Thank you so much, Lola. Okay, so let's go to her. A few of these members actually specialize in specific things. So, sorry, I don't mean specialize. They actually have like a few pictures they do that I associate them with. So for Lola, it's like making crazy compilation pictures. So as you can see here, she put these 3 pictures together somehow, and she managed to connect them and then make it into an entire picture. It just blows my mind how she even managed to do this in the first place. And this is one of my favorites from her. It's so complex, but at the same time there's a story going on. So whew, girl, you nailed it. Okay, so over here, I asked her what was her biggest accomplishment, and she said that she started the cool shower trend with this entry, plus it was the first time she ever hit 100k views, over 100k views on this hot list. So yeah, girl, that's a crazy accomplishment. I love it when people like make things with other things to make a picture, because I'm just like, how do you even think of that? That's one cool thing she did. And next, I asked her whether Emerald Vale thought of ideas as a guild or how they thought of ideas in the first place, and what are some creative pieces that she'd like to show us. Mostly they think of the ideas individually, but in some cases they give each other advice on certain aspects of an entry. So for example, here is something she asked Miu. The basis of this was that she wanted to make the pool water more realistic. This was the rough draft, and then Miu sent her a few other drafts. So here is a way where she made the water a little more realistic. And using that advice, Lola created this picture. So I guess it was like a mix of the second one / the first one of Miu's advice. The water looks a lot more realistic. Lastly, I asked her what her favorite item is, and she said that it's the exorcism coffin from the Ghost Gathering event, because it's one of the items she used the most to create a lot of her Star Quarter entries. So for example, she uses it to create a room or home items over here. Prior to the Red Nightmare, we didn't have any beds, so she was able to use the coffin to make the bed. And I also asked what trend she really liked, and of course it is the caution tape trend. I honestly really like this one too, because you can make a different scene in one of the different boxes, so I like that a lot as well. But she also wants to mention that she likes the snow globe trend. You're using the music box so well. You're making a sphere and putting it under, and it's literally a music box. I'm dying, dude. This snow globe trend is something really good. So the reason why I wanted to show you guys trends again is because in case any of you guys have missed any trends, here they are, and maybe you can recreate these trends yourselves. And over here, I've asked Lola some more questions regarding how long it takes for her to make the pictures, and she goes into detail regarding that, and especially how she plans to make her compilation pics, and she also touches upon how to join Emerald Vale. So we're just gonna play the clip over here, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Alright, so just to start off, I like to say on an average it takes me about 30 minutes to 2 hours to create an SC picture, depending on how detailed I make it and if I'm making a single picture or multiple connecting pictures. Now, one entry I like to address in specific is the Honeymoon Suite series. It was created exclusively for my Instagram followers, since I noticed that many of them enjoyed seeing my landscape pictures and I wanted to involve them somehow in the creation of one. I set up a poll in my Instagram story where I gave them the option to vote on my next theme. They could either vote for rejects/hell or scandal/love scene. And as a result, the majority voted for the latter. Thereafter, it took exactly 2 weeks to plan out the first 2 entries, part 1 and 2, mostly because I was trying to figure out the best possible way to arrange the figures. I did a lot of back and forth trying to play around with different arrangements. I originally had planned to use a male figure, but in the end, because of the male item limitation, I ended up using another female figure, which became a Yuri couple. I honestly feel like it worked out for the best, considering the first part of the theme is a scandal. The third part was posted 5 days after the first and the second. Why? Well, firstly, if I'm being completely honest, what I had originally planned for the last piece completely fell through. I was very discontent with my work and I did not want to post something that I considered was incomplete. Secondly, as I mentioned before, this series was created exclusively for Instagram. So keeping that in mind, I thought it would be nice to make it so that my Instagram followers could view the complete side-by-side result, only them. And yeah, that's basically it. If you view the pictures on my diary, they're not connected at all. They're posted on different days, so only 2 of them connect. The last one is sort of a mystery piece, and I really liked the way it turned out. I was pretty satisfied with the results, and I honestly am glad that I waited that extra 5 days to post the last picture. Yep, that's the story.
Okay, so this is a question that we get asked a lot. It's, how do I become an Emerald Vale member, or how do I apply to become a member? And the answer to that question is was posted on our Instagram. We had a list of instructions on how to do so. At this moment, we've taken them down just because we want to avoid confusion. Since we are not taking in any members, we've closed our applications and we just don't want people to think that we still are. Just avoid that confusion completely. It's undetermined when we will reopen them once more. I just say to keep a lookout for any further announcements on our Instagram story or on the SC. Miu usually posts announcements on the SC. She'll usually write in the caption, view comments, and then she'll write in the comments an important announcement that we need to make. And since I manage the Instagram account, I post them on our story so people can view it, and they send me direct messages to apply. But again, since the instructions are down, people won't be able to apply since they don't know how to. That is the answer to that question.
So there you have it. This was a brief introduction video. I hope you guys were able to learn more about Emerald Vale, and maybe you guys could check out their Instagram and see all the pictures they do. Because again, we have a lot more members to go through and a lot more advice and tips they will give us. So I really look forward to showing you guys the video introducing the rest of the EV members. Thank you guys for watching as always, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you all later. Bye!